Hello, welcome to Spartan Health and Nutrition. My name is Darius James, and I want to welcome you to the YouTube channel. I want to welcome you to the blog. If you're on YouTube, it will be in the description below. Or I want to welcome you to the podcast. And in this video, what I'm going to be talking about in particular is about behavior. And the topic of this video is how to change your behavior through these three layers. How to change your behavior through these three layers. Now, I understand that behavior is about your beliefs and your habits. Behavior is the most important factor in regards to how you view yourself. How you behave shapes your reality. So you want to reinforce positive behavior so that you can have positive and rewarding experiences in your life. And these three layers are going to help you to really understand and raise your self-awareness in regards to your positive and negative habits in your life. Now, the first layer is outcomes. That is the outer layer. It's the least important. But most people view the outcomes as the most important, which is not. It's just the end result. That's the least important factor. There's a bigger picture than just the end result. How are you going to get there from start to finish? That's what's more important. From the starting line to, if this was track, from the starting line to running the mile or the marathon, and reaching the end result, crossing the finish line. That is the least important factor. What all dictates that is what you did beforehand. And how many of us are so wrapped up on what we wish to accomplish instead of believing in a process that shapes our identity to achieve that process, which will result to our outcome. How many of us just focus just solely on that? What are your behaviors? What do you focus on the most? If it's outcome based, then you need to change right now, because that is the least important factor in the equation. That should be so far from your mind that it shouldn't even stress you out. And when you focus just on the outcome, then you will become stressed out. It is stressful because every day you're thinking that you're not there. And it's frustrating to you. And it aggravates you, because it aggravated me in my life. I was so focused on outcomes that it was almost impossible to enjoy the process, which is more significant. So change that belief system that you need to be outcome based first and foremost. And that's not the case. That's wrong. And it took me years to learn that. I wish I would have sought that solution out sooner. But I thank my younger self for finding that solution, so that now in this present day that I don't have to worry about the outcome so much. I'm more focused on other things that I'll get into later in this video. And eventually, when I started Spartan Health and Nutrition in 2019, it really took me to the next level of not focusing on your outcome. It made me happier that what I wanted to achieve was more significant than just the outcome. And that brings me to the second point, which is to enjoy the process. That will be the middle layer of like the diagram. If we had a circular diagram, that would be the middle piece. It would be the outcome piece, the least significant. The middle piece and the second most significant is the process. What is your process to achieve what you want to achieve? What is your process to achieve what you're struggling with? What is your process to achieve what frustrates you? And what really took me to the next level in my life is when I took some boxing lessons. I took some martial arts lessons. And that really taught me about the process, because every time that we sparred, or every time that we practiced, that wasn't outcome based. I was believing in whatever process. If it was, an act of war, battles are won before they're even fought, correct? Because it's not about the outcome, it's about the process, what happens beforehand. You could put this into every area of life, and it will benefit you. And you will find that your emotions will be a lot happier. You'll be a lot more satisfied with yourself on a day-to-day basis, because you'll have consistency in your positivity. And that's how you become happy. That's how you remain excited. That's how you remain motivated. The process is so significant, but people really don't divulge and think about it as much, because they're so consumed with the start to finish. But what about the middle part? What about your process? And what's really significant about your process is that it makes you focus on your outcomes, but it also makes you shape your identity. And that's what the third point is in this video. Is the middle layer is the process. The inner layer, the most significant, is your identity. And I'm going to teach you how to change your identity. So like I said before, the least significant will be your outcomes. The middle layer would be your process, right? And then your most significant, what you are at your core, is about your identity, what you identify with. And what you identify with depends upon your belief system, and it depends upon your assumptions. How you view yourself, how you view others, and how you view the world. That's what shapes your identity. What is your identity? What do you correlate to in your life? Take the time to think about these questions and give yourself an honest answer, and you will see where you are in your life. If you're an optimist or if you're a pessimist. And realize what you are, and if you do need to change, make it possible. Make it happen. Don't procrastinate. You only have so much time before your subconscious talks you out of whatever you're trying to do. Make it happen. It's not too late. And so let me explain more about your identity. I'm going to give you an example. This will be an example of, I'm going to use the analogy of somebody who drinks, okay? Say I want to lose weight, I want to be healthy and I want to change my life, but it's hard for me to give up drinking. It stresses me out. It's a struggle. So to change your identity, this is how you have to view yourself. What I've seen with most people is that when they're trying to change something, they don't really identify with who they want to become. For example, say somebody offers you a drink and you want to stop drinking, and you tell that person, no, I don't want that drink because I'm trying to quit. Right? I don't want that drink because I'm trying to quit. What that reinforces in your mind is that you're a drinker, but you're trying to force yourself to be something else. It makes the process harder to identify with somebody who's a non-alcoholic. So on the flip side, this is how you have to talk to yourself. Okay, let's go back to the same example. Say I'm trying to give up drinking, and somebody wants to offer me a drink. Now, the right thing to tell yourself is to say, no, I don't want to drink because I'm not a drinker. That's what you have to tell to yourself. No, I don't want to drink because I'm not a drinker. I don't drink. And when you say that, that reinforces in your mind that you're not an alcoholic. You're not a drinker. You don't like drinking. It's easier to overcome that habit because now you change your identity as somebody who doesn't drink, rather than trying to force yourself to be something else. So if you want to view that more, go to the blog post in the description below and it will be written out for you. I'll write it out for you so that you can see it and revisit it over and over to really identify with overcoming whatever you're trying to overcome. You can substitute drinking for trying to lose weight, for trying to give up smoking. You could use it for a lot of examples. But I'm going to give you one more. And this is what I learned about how to change your identity. Let's say, let's give a weight loss example. Let's say that I want to be healthier, right? And this is what is most important with the three, the outcome, the process, and the identity. This is what's most important that you have to tell yourself or that you have to tell others. Say that I want to be healthy. That's outcome based, right? That statement there is outcome based. I want to be healthy. So now that I want to be healthy, I have to keep going with this diet plan in order to be healthy. Right? So I want to be healthier. That's outcome based. I have to stick with this diet plan. I'm going to keep going with this diet plan. And that's going to lead me to be, that will lead up to me being healthy. That will be the process. And that's what's important. You have to reinforce your outcome with a process. You can't just go from outcome into identity. You have to have the process in place. And that's what I've seen that most people, that's where they lose their motivation. That's when they lose their commitment. It's a process. It's not a feeling. You have to believe in it. And that's how it makes it easier. You have to, have an outcome first, then have a process in place in order to identify with it. And then you could tell yourself, outcome based, I want to be healthier. And then the process is I have to stick with this diet plan in order to be healthy. And now I am an athletic person. You see how that reinforces that behavior in your mind. And when you say it, it makes you more confident of what you are and what you're trying to become. And it also makes you motivated because you have your reward, you have your identity, and you also have your process. And that's how you overcome anything in your life. You could put this to losing weight. You could put this to mastering your emotions. You could put this to making money. You could put this to any area of your life. Relationships, it doesn't matter. You have to reinforce your behavior in order to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And then you have to identify with it. And that's how you change. We are all in a process of a transformation. You don't have to be ashamed of yours. We are all in the process of becoming a better expression of ourselves. And that's what life is all about. Learning, growing, experiencing new things, becoming a better person. That's ultimately what you want to hope to achieve. And your behavior dictates that. Your belief system dictates that. What you tell yourself dictates that. And that's why you have to remain positive at all times. And that's also why I do something like a morning ritual to reinforce my behavior, to reinforce my habits, It's almost like putting on shining armor. And the negativity would be like the arrows and having the shield. That's what that is. That positivity, you have to shield yourself with that positivity to overcome that negativity, to fight it. And these 3 layers will help you. So like I said before, I'll have a better description in the blog post on the website, which you can check out to, really divulge on what I'm talking about if you need more insight. And I really encourage you to learn things in your life. And if possible, reach out to me on social media if you found something significant that I could implement in my life. That way we help each other. Because here at Spartan Health and Nutrition, it's about the we and the us. It's not about the me and the you. That's what it's all about. At Spartan Health and Nutrition, what we believe is the we and the us, not the me and the you. It's a group of us. We all have to work together to accomplish what we want to accomplish. And that is how we will overcome negativity. And that's how we will grow and learn and experience. So, like I said before, in the description below, you can find more information. And I encourage you to check out more on the blog to see what other things that we might have for you. And you can also talk to me on social media, which will be in the description below. And you can see what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis to help myself, to help others, and to help the world. It's my life mission that I have to commit to myself and commit to others to improve the growing situation that I'm seeing in the world. When I'm out in public, that I see certain habits and certain behaviors that people have that might be threatening their health mentally, physically, and emotionally, or might be threatening their nutrition. So believe in yourself and believe in the process, and use a diagram that I show in this video as an example. And it will be possible to change your behavior. Now, will it be hard? Yes. Will it be challenging? Yes. But is it impossible? No. You don't have to try to change your behaviors all at once. Just take 1%. If you have to, just take 1%. Most people get the assumption that they have to change their behavior, a significant amount. Only thing that you have to do is improve 1%. Just take one more rep at the gym. Just jog a few more moments longer. And for eating, just put a few more carrots on your plate. For snacks, just have one less snack a day. Or if you have to, just substitute whatever you're eating for fruit. Find out what fruit works for you. For me in my life, I love cantaloupe. That is my favorite fruit of all time, and will always remain my favorite fruit of all time. I will literally snack on cantaloupe while I'm watching TV. I use it as popcorn almost. So it's not impossible to change your behavior. You just have to take 1% and build yourself on that foundation. And then maybe it might take you twice as long. Maybe it might take you a few weeks before you get to 2%. And over time, as long as you're making progress, you can change. You don't have to go from step A to step Z all at once. And that's what most people try to do. They try to accomplish their outcomes, which is the least significant matter. And that's why you see people quit. That's why you see people stressed out. That's why you see people give up. I don't care if it takes you twice as long. I don't care if you don't have the help. I don't care if you don't have the time. I don't care if you don't have the patience. As long as you don't quit. That is the most important factor. Don't you quit. And I won't quit on you. If nobody else will support you, I will support you. I will not quit on you. Because it is my mission in life to help others. It's my mission in life to care for those who care about themselves. And that is what I hope to accomplish as the years progress. So just take things small. That's what I do in my life. That's what I had to learn the hard way. From the examples I gave previously, I was a victim of that belief system. That my outcomes were the most significant matter. I didn't have a process, and I was trying to shape my identity around those outcomes. And that's what most people try to do. It's not, the actions, which is your outcome, those actions that you take should only drive you, right? The actions should drive you, to motivate you. But who you are revolves around your identity. And that is the most important factor. Because everything in our life revolves around our identity, what we identify with. And when our mind believes certain things, it will reinforce certain habits and behaviors, either positive or negative. So just take 1%, add a few more carrots. Take one more rep. Jog for just 10 seconds longer. Stretch just a little bit more. Read just a little bit more. Take one more page. You don't have to stress yourself out. Stress should not be a factor in your life. You should be living life stress-free. I have another video on how to achieve emotional freedom. I gave you 5 steps. So I strongly suggest that you check that out in order to achieve that. Because that's another topic for another video. Stress and frustration and anger, all that. All those negative emotions. Those are topics for other videos, but I have videos about emotions that you can divulge in to add value to your life, because it added value to mine and to others. So that's my notion to you, is just to take 1%. Take the examples that I gave you, that, like I said, you can also view in the blog post in the description below, and just add value to your life 1% at a time. If you want to change, if you want to transform, you have to just take 1%. And how many people don't do that? And then you're stressed out, you're frustrated. Trust me, I've been there. I've been there. And I've made the decision in my life back when I was in high school. A few people who changed that about me was really Tony Robbins at the time. And I wanted to change mentally, physically, and emotionally. And I just took it one step at a time. If you don't know my story, I was, at a certain point in my life, I was 240 pounds and I'm only 5'9". So I was extremely overweight. I was stressed. I was mentally stressed. I was emotionally, deficient. I was emotionally stressed. And so I lacked physically. My physical body started to show what I felt in the inside. I was stressed, and you could just see it. It was on the outside now. And that's when I had to make a change in my life. And that is when I started Spartan Health and Nutrition in 2019, after doing research and case studies and changing my life. I wanted to change the life of others. You have to just motivate yourself, and you have to commit to mastery and try to achieve your potential, who you truly can become, to be a better expression of yourself. And that's all that matters. So don't stress yourself out, and just take action. Take massive action. I don't care if that action is just doing one task. At least you took action. Because we only have so long before our beliefs and we start to contradict ourselves. But if we just take action, how many times have we procrastinated, then we just took that action and then we automatically just feel relieved about ourselves? I mean, that's what happened in my life. When I was a procrastinator and I didn't really want to work out and I didn't want to do this and I didn't want to do that. And then when I actually took the steps, I felt better about myself. I felt happier. I felt relieved and accomplished. And it reinforced my positivity. And then I made others feel positivity, because we all reflect on how we feel. So that is my video for you for today. It's just believe in those three processes. You have your outcomes, you have your process, and then you have your identity and at the core, who you are. So divulge in this and you will change your behavior. It'll be possible. It's not impossible. Will it be hard? Yes, but it's not impossible. So that's my video for you for today. My name is Darius James. Thank you for watching this on YouTube. Thank you for viewing the podcast, or thank you for looking at this blog. And I want to continue to push you forward to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, because we are all in the process of transformation. And you will find that at Spartan Health and Nutrition all around you. So I want to thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.